Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gotaproblemmate, the podcast. I'm shirtless, and there's a good reason for it. And if you're only listening, pull over the car, get the YouTube up, and check out my love handles.
Pull over, go and hide in the other room, and look at Joey Page's body.
Basically, it's a different episode to what we normally would have.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. Do you want to explain why?
We have someone who is going to be helping us on a journey, a personal trainer who's going to get us looking the best we ever have in our lives.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a serious gym thing?
No.
I did about 3 months going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I had a personal trainer for 1 month, and then he taught me. I think it was 2 or 3 months solidly.
Yeah.
And my biceps did get big and rounded.
Yeah.
And I was in good shape.
So basically,
Yeah.
what happened was I got into the best shape of my life just before I met Rebecca. And then now I've stopped all that.
Don't need to bother now.
But I just ran, and I did a bit of weights, and I did a bit of core. I did what's she called? YouTube. Lily Sabri's Love Handles workout.
I don't know that one.
I mean, you've seen my dad, right?
Yeah.
He told me that the love handles are a Page trait.
Right.
I'm not saying whether he's got them or not. I'm just saying that's what he said.
Yeah.
Also, I knew that I needed to do something about this. And after our guest today reached out to us and said, "Oh, do you want me to train you up a bit?" I'm going to ask him why he felt that I needed it in a bit when we introduced him properly. But I said, well, how about we make it a competition between me and you to who can be the best buff boy?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But I went back to comedians football last week.
Yeah.
And because I've been training for it for a couple of weeks because I've had a bad back periodically for ages. And so I've been doing a lot of running. And so when I played last week, I was actually quite fit. I actually had quite a lot of stamina. But the crushing blow was dealt when Daniel Kitson, someone said, Joe hasn't played for ages and he's still got an absolute engine on him.
Yeah.
And Kitson went, oh yeah, just because he's got a little tum on him now, it doesn't mean he's lost his engine.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear things like that. And I look at videos of me doing stand-up, and sometimes I'm like, I look a bit fat there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than going to see something that you've paid money to see and being like, don't let themselves go. Look at Pete Doherty
I really want
this
bit, I want a slim little face.
Well, then you should be doing face yoga.
If I shave, you can tell there's donuts been eaten. You know, it doesn't look good. The beard really hides it. Yeah.
So I'm going to respect our guest and put my shirt on, and then we'll introduce our guest.
Okay, we'll wait till your shirt's on.
I mean, he's seen it, but he's going to see it all. Also,
that's backwards, is it?
No, that's the front.
Right.
Okay. So let's introduce our guest properly. James Ronan. Are we supposed to call you personal trainer? Are we supposed to call you coach? What would you like?
I think, let's just go with James.
James,
that
okay.
quite well.
Coach James.
James.
Coach James. Are you writing that down? Coach James.
I'm making notes because I'm
Try
being
not
a
to
student.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
So, first of all, before we get into why you felt like you had to get in touch with me and be like,
to save
hey,
his life.
You got to put some of these ginsters away and start picking up some dumbbells. Can you just tell us a bit about you and how you got into what you do and all the rest of it?
Yeah, of course. So I've been a PT 16 years, been dotting around London, coaching people in person in that time, private studios, commercial gyms, outdoor classes. So I've been doing it for a very long time. And I've actually just finished working on the gym floor now. I'm getting a bit older. I've had 2 kids. It's really hard to do that work lifestyle with the kids at home. So I've started to move my business fully online. So now I'm coaching people remotely, but I still get the pleasure to come in and meet certain individuals like yourselves. But I still get all the benefits of coaching everyone, giving the training, nutrition, and I'm really still enjoying it. But it just means it's changed a little bit. So that's kind of what I've been doing, what I'm doing now, really.
Do you think football's going to go like that? Do you think eventually like a Premier League manager will be like, I'm just coaching from online now?
Yeah, why not?
Just on Instagram. Harry Redknapp, just be like texting him what they've got to do.
Are you a football fan?
No, unfortunately not. So I'm terrible like that, guys.
That's all right.
So, how old are you?
42.
42 says he's in my wheelhouse here. I'm 40, and
I'm 33.
You're in terrible shape for a 33-year-old.
He's a pup, isn't he? When I was putting his data in when I was doing his programs, I thought, he's a puppy.
You should smash him at this, but
you should.
Because I'm taller and stronger, I think I'm going to be.
You're not that much taller.
I'm much more aggressive.
You're not really. You lie about your
I'm much more
height.
Huh?
You do a lot of running.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of running.
I also forgot to put... So, first of all, tell us why you reached out to me, other than because I've got fucking loads of followers.
That's not the reason.
Probably the biggest reason. No, but ultimately, I've been following a few comedians. I liked your stuff. I liked, everything you do, and you've got a good audience, got a good following. And I thought, who better to work with a couple of comedians, have a good laugh about it. Because to be honest with you, it's you got to make coaching enjoyable. And if you can have fun about it, then it's fantastic and it makes it easier for everyone. And yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
But did you not go, for this guy, it looks like his lifestyle, he needs a bit
I
of
did think
hand.
he looked a bit like a melted candle. But
Yeah,
it's
right, okay.
Like
Did you tell him to say that?
body of a slug. Yeah.
No, not at all. But, you look like friendly gents. So
We are, well, yeah, we're enough.
I'm friendly.
enough. Friendly enough.
So we had to fill out a form. So do you want to talk us through why some of the things that are on the form? Because I was worried. So first of all, you're asking me for my weight. I don't actually own scales, so that was a guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you own scales?
Yeah.
do you know what? When you put your weight on there, I was like, that seems a lot for your size and
It's
build.
definitely like
Are you
late
100?
13 stone. I do it in stone as well, but
Yeah.
then I rounded it up
Okay.
because it was like, what is it, 88
cheating.
kilograms?
You put 90 on there.
Yeah, so 8, I rounded it up.
But you're cheating
But I
because then
don't
you're
know how
going to
much I
pretend
weigh.
you've lost weight when you haven't.
No,
You'll
but
be the same by
I
then.
don't-
I see.
My
Clever
thing
move.
is,
Clever move.
I don't
Scumbag.
no, I don't care how much I weigh.
Yeah.
I care about what the picture looks like at the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I haven't got scales.
Okay.
I'm not vain, but I look in the mirror and go, "You look fat, you fat bastard."
Yeah,
Go-
no,
go
I
running.
say that about you.
Yeah.
Do you care about like the body fat percentage stuff?
I do, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
do the caliper testing. Obviously, I'm remote as well. But
Yeah.
to some degree, most scales these days, you can get a Garmin scales or Withing scales or whatever, and they'll take your body fat analysis or body fat percentage. They're not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And
I did try and get on my girlfriend's bacon scale, but I broke it. It's tiny.
Check how many grams you weigh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear, someone's purchasing one of those later. Then.
Yeah.
But you don't. To be honest with you, you can get really hung up on that sort of stuff. I
Okay.
think. But I think the most important factor is having a kind of a reference point with your body weight, using the images, and just seeing how you progress. Like you will lose weight eventually, right? You'll be in a deficit. You'll lose weight. You'll look different. Your clothes will fit different. Clothes are probably the biggest indication of weight loss as well. But the reason for the weigh-in on the form is a starting point for me to calculate your calories, your macros, to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. And you'll go through like a calibration period. So we'll just find the right fit with the training. We'll find the right fit with the macros and the calories, whether you do
I already
tracking or
don't
not.
know what macros.
I don't
means.
really know.
Okay. Gonna have to backtrack quite a bit here. So macronutrients,
Write that down.
proteins, fats, and carbohydrates.
Right.
So that's what they're called as a gang.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you've been in the industry for a while, you just refer to them as macros.
Right. Yeah.
Macros.
I used to
So,
go
sorry.
to Macro. My dad had a Macros card. Do you
Macros
know about
card.
Macros? It's like Costco.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's the original
You
Costco.
have to get into the club though with a card.
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
get all the
In
discounts.
Cholton.
Bulk purchases.
I don't know where else there is one. I think it's still
I
there,
don't-
Macros.
Is there
in
one near
Cholton.
Reading? I don't know why. I
Oh.
think maybe Reading.
I don't know macro.
That's just my stomach again. So then on the form, we also had to take a photo of ourselves,
You did, yes.
and it only let me upload one photo, and it says you can upload 4.
Yeah, that was
But
a technical issue. I've changed that. It's fixed.
But
now,
I can send because basically, as I discussed on last week's episode of the pod, I cut my bloody head open, didn't I? And so I know that you're going to be using this
100%.
on your Instagram, and it's like I don't want people going for your sake. Who's this like homeless guy with a big plaster on his head?
But just think how amazing you're going to look at the
I
end
know,
of all
but
this, you
so
know?
I did one with a hat on as well, where I thought I looked a bit like I was in Idols. I had like a rolled up beanie on and my top off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have gone with a cowboy hat or something.
Yeah, I don't own one of them, unfortunately.
That's-
It looks like I
that's
would.
a
I could have gone
surprise,
bucket hat, but again, I just felt like
Bowler, yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
But so I sent in a photo.
Yeah.
I've got more. I made my girlfriend take loads.
Fantastic.
Some of them I haven't even got my pants on, but I won't send them to you. And no, and
it wasn't cold, was it?
yeah, it's always cold. And this guy bottled it.
He did, yeah.
So
Yeah,
do you
I
want to
did.
talk
I'm
about
not
that
yet-
from a mental
Well, I will-
mentality?
Okay, I
You've got to
will
toughen up.
do it. It's just that it got late last night, and
You didn't fancy
took one
peeling
photo,
off
and
the
I was
collar.
like, "Oh, I hate that."
Who took it?
My wife took it,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, "I hate this photo," so I just didn't do it. But I still
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
I still can send one
Yeah,
today.
you've got to.
Yeah. Okay. I
Because a
will.
lot of people, sometimes they don't feel confident even to do that first picture.
Yeah.
And then when they get to kind of the end of their process, they're like, Joe, I really wish I took that last picture because I feel amazing now.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can find an old picture, but it's always good to get that first one, I think.
I took one of me a few weeks ago because, as I said, so I've got quite a bad back.
Yes, you said,
and and it's reoccurred a little bit. I forgot to put this on the form. Plantar fasciitis.
That's awful.
Yeah, but I've just like, what can you do? Just got to get on with it because otherwise, because I went to the doctor about it and they said there's nothing. They said if you do nothing or if you do loads of exercise, they don't really know what causes it. So they said you might as well exercise if you want to, because not doing it is also not helping.
So what happens? It gets like aggravated.
Yeah, it's inflammation of the base. I've had that twice. It does last a long time.
I had it for about a year, and now it's come back.
Yeah, it takes a year to get rid of it.
1 foot, so I don't know. But I might have deleted it because I absolutely hate it. But I took a photo at the beginning of when I got back into running again a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
And so I've already lost a little bit of weight because I've been back running. But like the point is, I wouldn't have shared that photo because I wasn't really doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't mind sharing this photo online because it's like, I'm going to show people this transformation because I'm actually doing something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I did. Whereas if I wouldn't ever have posted this picture if I wasn't. You know what I mean?
I get that, 100%. Yeah, it's the start of a journey for you. Like you're going to actually make some changes, and you're making a commitment to yourself.
So how long is our journey? Is it 12 weeks?
So I've made up to 12 weeks, but I've made the challenge for you both 8 weeks.
Okay, 8 weeks.
So it's just to get you a bit fired up. Obviously, so the challenge is more like that's you both have kind of your separate weight targets, your own goals. But in terms of the points in the challenge, you can obviously get awarded. I think it's 50 points per workout completed. 30 points per cardiovascular exercise completed, and then you get kind of bonus points for like personal best, like if you push extra weight on your bench press or you do an extra 20 push-ups or something.
How are you going to know?
Well, it all gets logged through the system. So it's
but how are you going to know that
if you're not cheating?
I'm not going to lie.
Cheating.
You're going to lie.
No, I'm not going to lie.
You've already lied about your starting weight. You're like, I weigh 20 stone.
Yeah, it's not the best start, is it?
22 stone.
James, I've already lost 4 kilos.
Yeah.
Because sorry, carry on. So
so you'll just basically get points every time you do a workout, and you'll have you'll have every day to try and get as many as you can within that day, and then over the course of the 8 weeks, it's just you two in this challenge. Normally you have everyone involved, but it's just you two gunning against each other. So you can do as many workouts as you want. You can do as much cardiovascular exercise you want. You can absolutely crush your PBs and get tons of points. And then basically at the end of the 8 weeks, one of you will be declared the winner. And hopefully you'll look amazing off the back of it as well.
Yeah.
And feel amazing, obviously. That's the most important thing.
Now, can you talk us through some of the things that we're going to be doing?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So where to start? So to get things started, as mentioned earlier, you kind of go through a bit of a calibration phase. So I've designed your training programs and I've designed your nutrition, and it's just a case now of you getting into the rhythm of using the tracking on the app, getting used to certain foods that you're eating, using non-tracking methods, so fasting or if-then strategies, and just figuring out all these different things. And then once you found the right fit with it all, and we've refined the training programs and exercises to suit you individually, then we go into something like a bit of momentum, or the momentum phase. That's when you really start to cook with some gas and start to see some changes happening. But initially, there's a lot to learn, a lot to go through.
Yeah, right.
There'll obviously be a lot of back and forth between ourselves, like in messaging, like, James, I'm stuck. I don't know what this is. How do I track that?
Yeah.
I'm going out for drinks with the guys. What do I do?
Oh, yeah, that is going to be a big
that's a problem.
Now,
for
this
him.
is where he's cheating because he doesn't drink because of his religion.
Yeah, so but
I don't have that.
He just went to
I don't
Germany.
believe in anything.
Just alcohol.
He just
I like to have a good time, basically, is what we're saying. And that's but I think for me, what I want to get out of it is that when you're no longer babysitting us, for want of a better term, is that I can like keep up at least sort of 75% of this stuff, but like fitting it into the way that I currently live my life. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And for me, I think it's one of those things like it's time versus bad habits. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, and when like I'm doing too many bad things and I haven't got the time to counterbalance it, then I put on weight. Do you know what I mean? It's trying to find a way of like not letting it always be too one-sided.
My main issue is chocolate, honestly.
Yeah. Are you a chocolate fan, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest fan.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, he wrote to them and said, "I'm your biggest fan."
sponsor me. Yeah, I think look at the end of the
Really
day, like
addictive.
if you start, the thing is, if you go too and this is where yo-yo dieting happens and stuff. So people go super restrictive,
Yeah.
and they follow a diet they just cannot adhere to for the long run, right? So you may as well try and include the foods that you enjoy. Your diet. So it has to be about what your preferences are, your foods, your meal timings, when you eat. And you just got to try and refine it a little bit. With me, I help you go through that process. And maybe it's a case of food swapping something, just going for a lower calorie option. Maybe you don't want to swap for a lower calorie option. It has to be that Cadbury's chocolate bar or whatever it is. If that's the case, then you just got to use the if-then strategy. Like, if I'm going to have this chocolate bar, then, do you know what? I'm not going to have those carbohydrates, or I'm not going to have that big dinner later on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be a bit smarter with how I allocate my calories through the course of the day. Or maybe, do you know what? I'm not going to look at it as a calorie day-by-day scenario. I'm going to look at it at the course of the week or the month. I've got a holiday coming up. I'm going to eat what I want, drink what I want on holiday. But the other 3 weeks of the month, I'm going to be a bit more on it. I'm just going to be more. I'm going to be more mindful of my calories, more mindful of my carbs. Make sure I have a high protein diet. Those sorts of things. So there is ways around it, but it has to work with your food preferences. Otherwise, you will not sustain it for the long
Exactly. Yeah, and that's exactly what I need to.
Yeah.
And I am one of these classic people that will be like, right, I'm not doing this for like a month or whatever. And I can normally stick to the thing, but then afterwards, and I'll just go, well, it doesn't matter now. Like, I'll give up drinking for a month, but then I'll like go out 4 nights in a row. And it's like pointless. Something you said about there was fasting. Now, I asked him if I could talk about this on the episode. I was out with Jimmy the other night.
Yeah.
Who, I'm wearing his t-shirt, incidentally, who's on the podcast. He's doing this nuts thing at the moment.
Oh, go on.
Where he only eats for 1 hour a day.
Oh, yeah. Again, it comes back to that. Is it sustainable for him, though?
No, of course it's not. But it's like, he's only eating 1 hour a day.
Yeah, but what? As much as he can?
as much as he can in an hour.
Come
It's
on.
like a fucking snake trying to eat a deer.
I mean, what do you think of that then? That sort of thing.
Well, it's. I suppose that's what I'd class as a bit of an extremist diet. Like, if it's not naturally what he's been doing all his life, like, and he's trying to cram as much food into a small space of time, it's almost borderline disordered eating to some degree. You got to be careful with that sort of thing, and is it becoming a binge? Is he going so long without food that he's like kind of binging on large quantities of food, lots of calories?
I'd imagine. Yeah,
kind of
it's like you can
go
eat
up.
whatever you want.
So some people it works, some people it can work, I'm sure, but for the vast majority, I probably would shy away from that sort of diet.
So, go on.
You mentioned was it body weight exercise? What did you call it that we'd be doing at home?
Yeah, because you're both kind of on the go a bit with work, and it's
Got to be able to do these things the Premier in.
Exactly.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
No, but seriously.
Lenny Henry, give your hand. Is he premiering?
Yeah. He's under the bed.
Yeah, he's under the bed. But yeah, the body weight circuit. So it's just like super simple workouts. And you just basically bosh through these exercises as quick as possible. 20 minutes maximum, right?
Great.
Push-ups, squats, things like that. Super simple. You'll get your heart rate up. You burn quite a few calories, and you're building your strength up. As you both progress, I can make it more challenging for you both. Obviously, depending on your environments and that. If you can get to the gym, I can throw a gym workout at you. So it's not like set in stone. It's just a starting point.
Do you make noises when you work out?
Try to, yeah. No, but I've heard, the guys in the gym, when they're doing the big and they're proper, that's awful.
We get overexcited.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I do grunt quite a fair bit in the gym.
Maybe we should do grunting.
Let's do grunting.
Yeah.
So, one thing I want to talk about is this. You made us fill in our food diary, and I thought it would be quite fun to go through that on the podcast for the last 3 days.
Yeah, I didn't really do it properly.
It's come again. When I wrote this, I was like almost a bit ashamed of it, but then I was like, well, it's probably good because I won't have. I was away for the weekend in Germany, which like all the food was German. Basically, I can't remember which way around it was, but I think it was Saturday. I had like strudel and currywurst and schnitzel. I'm like, this just looks appalling. 5 beers.
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly.
What was your Saturday?
Saturday, I've been cooking with Gushig. How do you say it?
Oh, we talked. Yeah, in the pre-show.
This paste.
Which, by the way, if you want to see
stuff.
how we really felt about this, you can watch the pre-show on the Patreon.
I've been eating a bit better lately.
Yeah, why don't you talk over the Patreon advert?
Well, yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah,
do
why
the
do you think you got
Patreon.
no money? Because tell the people about Patreon.
Please check out our Patreon. What is it? A couple
Pre-show.
of quid a month?
Yeah,
Pre-show we do.
£3 a month.
And stuff. Now back to our lives and our fitness.
Yes. So you've been using a lot of gochujang paste,
It's really good stuff.
This is new to me.
It's-
What's
yeah.
this stuff?
some Japanese paste.
Korean
Oh, Korean.
paste
okay.
for like curries and stuff. I've been having that.
Sounds quite
I've not been
hot.
eating. Yeah, it's nice though.
Again, I feel like you're avoiding the like. What? Just I
but
just
I
want to know what
did
you
eat.
ate.
But I did eat 3 cream eggs.
In
But
how
it
long?
is Easter.
It's not
Is
yet.
it- I don't
Ne-
think it's- I
nearly,
don't think
but
it's quite
technically.
Easter, is it?
Well, all the eggs are out in all the
Yeah,
shops.
but they've been out since January.
Have they?
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's going to be Easter eggs eaten.
Right.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe just 1 or 2.
But 3 is good.
Oh, okay.
You should try.
Do they
3.
come in a pack of 3? Is that what
They
the
came in a
problem
pack
is?
of 5.
Where are
But-
the other 2 right now?
To be honest, I did partly do it because I knew I'd be starting this
Gotcha.
fitness thing. So
Okay,
I was an
yeah.
idiot.
Okay.
So talk me through where are we now? We're Tuesday.
me
So
through
talk
how
me
I
through
eat
Sunday.
the cream
No.
egg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you eat yours?
Bite the top off
Yeah.
and then lick it.
Oh god, like a cat.
Yeah. How do you eat yours? Swallow it whole like paracetamol.
See, I just bite it in half.
You
But
don't like them?
I don't really like them. They're all
No.
right, but I'm not.
Do you eat any chocolate?
Not really. No, I don't have a massive sweet tooth at all. I do
That's
like ice cream
lovely.
though.
Good.
I love
Ice cream.
Yeah, ice
What
cream.
flavour?
Anything really. Anything ice cream
But
related.
you don't must have a preference.
Chocolate or cookie dough. They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
They're my
I've got a
faves.
sweet tooth and a savoury tooth. That's the problem.
Yeah. Do you
And
have
a pizza tooth and a burger?
and lard?
No. So
Lard tooth.
talk me through.
What's your favorite? Do you have like a favorite protein shake flavor? Are you on those?
I do take protein every day, but mine's just a standard chocolate one. I've tried all. They do so many flavors now.
Is it
Yeah.
pure?
Absolutely. No, I go with bulk.
Mm.
They used to be bulk powders, now bulk. But I've been buying with them for years now, just because you get used to a certain brand and it's just easier.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cheap as well. But yeah, I mean, for me, chocolate's quite simple because I mix it into other things like smoothies and
Lovely.
breakfast and things like that. So, and then you can drink it alone. So I just prefer that. But you can get other flavors. It just depends on if you like them or not. For the most part, they either taste really artificial or too sweet. Chocolate just seems to be okay. Vanilla's all right, but yeah.
Am I allowed to drink Huel?
Yes, you are. Absolutely,
Great. I like a
100%.
Huel.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Have you
actually
had
like
that?
it.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I think it's super convenient. So
Yeah.
for people that are
Does
literally,
it fill you up?
it will do. It's a meal. Like it's like 400-500 calories.
No, but yeah.
I didn't feel full when I tried it. That's what I mean.
So,
I say
talk me
extra
through.
calories,
So
yeah.
that was my Saturday. Oh no, Saturday. That's a lie. So the Saturday, I'm trying to think what I put in.
If you've got it there in front of you, is it there?
I mean,
What did I have on? Oh,
where do I find it on our Instagram? Is that where?
It should be. So the form I can pull up. if you
I
want.
also had a Turkish meal of
nice.
what was it? Chicken, sheesh, and rice. But the starter was that borek. Do you know that stuff? The pastry with the cheese, and that's probably
Yeah.
not good for you.
Oh yeah,
It's nice though,
is
isn't it?
Yeah, they're so good though. They're
They're
like
delicious.
amazing. My wife and I absolutely love those.
Yeah.
Here you go. This is all your stuff. So Saturday, 2 coffees, 5 beers, apple strudel, schnitzel chips, currywurst, chicken
What coffee
tacos.
though?
Huh?
What coffee? Like latte or what?
Yeah, so it was a cappuccino.
It was you know what it's like on the
Flat
continent.
white.
It's
What's it
it's a coffee that's not hot enough with hardly any milk and it's small. So I had 2 of them.
not Cortado.
No, I don't know. It's just general cafe crema. It's called in.
Crema.
Yeah,
Oh, it's German.
No, but anyway,
Okay.
yeah. So that was my Saturday.
Yeah.
The chicken tacos. That was
Sunday.
That was Sunday. Well, it was chicken tacos,
Okay.
but it was a different
Did you
recipe.
make
But that was
the-
the easiest. Made the tortillas.
He's
Rebecca
got a
made them.
tortilla press thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very good.
So what was your Sunday?
Well, I've muddled them up. So it was a Turkish meal on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
but and then it was the
And the
chicken
cream
curry
eggs.
thing and the cream eggs and some Pringles.
Right.
Barbecue though, so they're healthy.
What else did I say I had on Sunday?
And then Sunday you had salad bowl.
Oh yeah, so I was at a
Salad
spa in Germany, so I had a salad bowl
Very nice. Yeah,
and like
good.
a flatbread.
That's it.
Yeah,
And 3 beers.
3 beers,
Mm.
and then that night I had the chicken tacos when I
Yeah.
got back from Germany. Yeah.
How many did you look at how many calories you had?
Oh, I couldn't give a shit. But that's how I'm living my life. Do you know what I mean? I'm not
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking. I mean, when I'm trying to lose, which I am, but because I was away, I wouldn't look. But like normally, I'd be like, all right, well, I want to get to this in a minute, but let's just finish the days. And then yesterday, what did you have?
Oh, I made again, it was a gochujang, but with coconut milk type curry and noodles, egg noodles.
What's the protein?
Chicken.
Bro.
Chicken.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's not too bad, is it? I mean, it's probably not the healthiest. I'm trying to think what went in there that was sort of unhealthy. It's not too bad. I use I've been using frozen veg just because it's
great,
really convenient. I never used to do that.
Yeah.
I use fresh.
Well, I used to use fresh,
I'm
but
steaming my
it's
veg.
expensive and it goes off if you leave it.
Yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah.
And I had loads of veg going off, so now I've got chopped garlic and onion and stuff in the freezer that I can throw into things.
The great thing is my girlfriend eats really healthily.
Cool.
And I'm the bad influence. Like last night, because I knew that I was starting this probably today.
So we both. This is what's happened.
I was like on the way back from my gig last night. I was like, "Do you want a cheese board?" And she was like, "Absolutely not." And I was like, "I'm getting it anyway." Bought 2 cheeses from Tesco's. But now the problem is,
what cheese?
One of those ones with the chili in.
Oh, I don't
cheddar
even know.
with the chili in.
I didn't even know they did that. In there.
Yeah, like a Mexicana, and then a Gouda.
I don't know.
Jarlsberg, that's what it was.
I'm not really that into eating cheese like that.
Oh.
But I will have a big pasta bake, which is that's high. That's too much. That's not good, is it?
Well, look, I think it's so balanced. Like if you're eating well the rest of the time, and then occasionally when you have these very nutrient dense meals, it's not going to do any harm. It's important to have these things you enjoy.
Yeah,
but
So my problem is 2 things. One, on being on the road.
Yep.
That is hard.
Because that changes things, and it's like, and when I'm in a good, like when I'm actively trying to change my weight, then I will swap out the only hot meal option after about 10 o'clock is a McDonald's. I will swap that out for getting something from M&S, like out of the, not even a sandwich, but you know what I mean? Trying to have like one of their salads or whatever.
100%, yeah.
But sometimes, because I'm quite impulsive, I'll be like, oh, fuck it, there's a Burger King now, I'll just go in there.
Yeah. It is hard when you're traveling.
Even though I put it in the boot, I'll find a reason to pull over and get it out of the boot before I've even got to the gig. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
that's stuff you prepared. Like you'll eat it earlier than you intended.
Yeah. And I also have like snacks, but they're quite healthy snacks. I've got to this point because I'm on the road so much. Like I've got packs of like dried mango and stuff.
Okay.
That I have in the car.
Okay.
And like dates and stuff, but. Yeah. I mean, you might even say that's not even healthy, but
there's nothing wrong with it. I would definitely, if you're a snacker, like increase your protein intake because you will feel fuller for longer, like significantly. So if you had a protein shake with the mango or with the dates, you would feel so much fuller for so much longer, and you're less likely to keep picking. Yeah. Okay. So that would be my recommendation. Like the protein shakes are a definite solution to you on the road. Like taking it with you in a car. Well, so this is the thing I was going to mention earlier.
And they're easy to scan for as something else.
So try not. I had a client before.
Yeah.
So Huel is a meal replacement. So it's a lot of calories, like 20 grams of fat, 40 grams of carbs. These are all approximations, about 20 grams of protein, right? It's a meal.
Yeah.
So if you can't sit down and have a solid meal, Huel's kind of a really good go-to, especially if you're on the road, right? It's not a protein shake. Protein shake would be like something like bulk powder, like whey protein. So it'd be just literally pretty much protein, very low in carbs, very low in fats. So you're just getting literally the one macronutrient coming through, so the protein.
But can you buy them like you can buy a Huel, like one that's ready, like
you can,
just in like a WH Smith's
expensive.
or whatever? Yeah, I know, but
get the powder.
Yeah, but then I'm just trying to eliminate
for the road. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Well, no, 100%. But the thing is, it's a lot easier now on the road. I've got a lot of clients to travel and up and down the country, and like petrol station services, they do have a lot more options now. And more often than not, you'll be able to find yourself a WH Smith's with protein bars in there or protein shakes, ready-made ones. So you can buy them off the shelf. Or failing that,
so the bars are good as well.
The bars, I like the bars. Again, it's convenience, isn't
bar.
it? If you haven't got any hang-ups about ultra-processed foods, they're absolutely fine.
I mean, I have, but I mean, let's pick the least.
Were you going to say that your client confused Huel with
protein shakes? So they were like having it in addition to like a meal.
Oh dear!
So you're like 800 calories in one go. Why am I not losing weight? Well, That's probably
Oh,
why.
man.
So it's easily done. Like you look
Yeah.
at it and you think, oh, it's a
It looks
protein
the
shake.
same.
No, it's this tastes really good.
Do you know Eddie Abu guy on Instagram?
Yeah.
What do you think about?
What is this? Who is you talking about the other week?
Oh,
Is it
God.
that
I
guy?
might have mentioned him. He just eats eggs.
The man is.
No, who's the other
It's
guy?
mad.
The liver man.
Oh, not the Liver King. You know the Liver
Oh,
King?
dude, like he's another level. Like,
Not him. No, he's weird.
Yeah.
but there's a lot of weirdos on.
Can we get him on?
Yeah.
Well, he come
Liver
on here.
King.
Yeah.
I think he's lost his mind, honestly.
Let's
He's
get him
gone
on
weird.
here.
What do you think about mad diets? Like, have you ever done sort of crazy dieting?
Only when I was younger, like just getting into it, when I was learning
Yeah.
my trade and my craft, like you go to extremes. It wasn't as easy to diet back then. Like you didn't have ready-made protein shakes or anything. So I was like literally going to the shops, buying Scotch eggs, taking the sausage meat off and eating the eggs. Or
Right.
like, tins of tuna and things like that. So it was
Yeah.
quite extreme. It was like bodybuilding. But I didn't really know I was doing it back then. It was too extreme, too restrictive, and I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't balanced enough. So I definitely learned from that. But yeah, there's too many diets out there, are way too restrictive.
It's
too
mad,
extreme.
isn't it? I tried the keto diet years ago,
Mhm.
and I didn't. It's the first time I realized how important carbs are.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like because I didn't used to think about what I ate, and then when you cut out carbs, you're so weak and tired.
Yeah.
Apparently, you get used to it after like 2 or 3 weeks, but I wasn't gonna.
They consider it ketosis, but it's in all honesty, it's not sustainable for most people. Like
It's not a way to.
for some
live.
people it works, right? Like if they want to go low carb and they enjoy that diet and they adhere to it and it's fine for them. But for vast majority of us, like with Western diets, you're just better off including carbohydrates, and it's you'll benefit from it in your training for sure.
So out of some of the like bad things that I consume,
Yeah.
what would you like? Is there like a hierarchy? Like, would you say that, like, say, eating junk food like pizza or whatever is worse than drinking, or like is chocolate worse than cheese, or is it just like just doing too many of it? But if you were like, if you're going to cut one of these things out,
Yeah.
what's the worst one?
So I wouldn't cut and I wouldn't like to label them bad, but it's just like, is it aligning with you and your goals and how often you're consuming it? Like if you're having pizza and beers and chocolate every night of the week, then you're probably not going to have a very good lifestyle for a very long time and you'll gain excess weight. But like every now and then, those sorts of things are going to be fine for you in moderation, but I certainly wouldn't, say no whatsoever to them, because then you'll have them and then you'll binge on them. So you're better off including them in some capacity.
Because I think I'm quite streaky. Like when I've got downtime,
Yeah.
then like I tend to go out more, which then obviously then you're going out for dinner more, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm busy and I'm working, it's actually when I'm probably healthier, because I'm like, well, I haven't got time to go out and enjoy myself anyway.
Yeah.
I might as well, whilst I'm working, also only M&S salad, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's more streaky with me. Like, so for example, I've been away for 2 weekends in the last month because I've had a bit of downtime.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've like drunk like loads of beer, or I had schnitzel and all the rest of it. Whereas now, for this next 8 weeks, I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
But it's then when I finish that, then what's gonna? Do you know what I mean? It's
100%.
Stop that going up and down like a yo-yo. You know what I mean?
Well, you need to plan for it. Like you can't just kind of like, what happens when you get to where you want to be? Like, what am I going to do afterwards? And you do have to think of it like, I'm going to carry forward some of these habits, these skills I've learned in this time frame. But the other thing is as well, like you can sprint with diets. Like you just go, okay, I've got 8 weeks now. I'm going to push for these 8 weeks. I'm going to get some good results and really build some habits, think more mindfully about my eating habits and stuff, and see what I can do. And then take a diet break. Like it doesn't have to be a significant amount of time, but just take the pressure off. Like, okay, I'm not actively trying to lose any more weight, but I'm going to try and stop myself from regaining it. And then, try and keep some of these good habits going, take the pressure off a little bit, allows yourself some flexibility.
Because I think a goal for me is to like just get my body fitter in terms of like, I've got a week back, which always like I put it out playing football or whatever, because I've got like tight hamstrings or whatever, and it like it's all connected.
Yeah.
Whereas I actually want to get to a place where maybe because I've lost a little bit of weight, that my body's actually like I don't feel fucking old. Do you know what I mean? I want to be able to carry on like being active and stuff.
100%.
And I'm not like I don't know what this is in new money, but like I would imagine, as I didn't even weigh myself, I just guessed.
Yeah.
I'd imagine I want to lose like a stone and a half max, and I'm not like I don't want to get like you've got great big muscles over there, James. I don't really
thank you, but
don't really but I don't feel like that suits my image,
No.
or like I just don't want to be like sort of like flabby
I know
little
what you
tit
mean.
boy.
Comedians, when they're quite muscular, look a bit weird.
Yeah.
So I don't
That's
even
like-
want
Is
to
there any muscular comedians?
Yeah, there's
Well,
some.
Joe Rogan is
Oh, wait, is he a
looks
comedian?
weird. Really. Russell Howard is
Yeah.
quite muscular.
Oh, is he?
Now I
Okay.
think he is. Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to get like a bit toned and lose a bit of weight.
Yeah.
But it's more like I want to get out of such.
But it also we've
Yo-yo
not mentioned when I was quite active in the gym and stuff. The benefits on your mental health are pretty good.
Huge.
But that's why I like running, and I think that's the thing. As I'm getting older, my back's getting worse.
Yeah.
But I think I want to get back to a place where everything's okay because I really love running.
Of
I don't
course.
really like doing anything else.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go swimming. It takes up too much time. Or I don't, I don't really like the gym.
Yeah.
Something I was going to ask before. My personal trainer recommended this thing where some Bootses have those scales where you pop a pound in and it prints out like your body fat percentage and stuff. Is that? I think that's worth.
They're not 100% accurate. I mean, you could do it.
Pop a Boots now.
Yeah, we can pop to Boots. Yeah,
Why not?
I'm going to get a band me.
We can because I think my body fat percentage was quite high.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
For a 33-year-old, it's disgusting.
it's 99%.
Most of the time, most gyms will have like something called like an in-body scanner. Like it will send electrical current through your body and it will give you a reading.
Yeah,
they're pretty good. Like as a base point, again, like if you get a base point and then use the same piece of equipment to measure it over time, you're going to get a decrease. As long as it's training in the right direction, it's good, right? But in terms of quality, like the gold standard for body fat analysis, body composition would be like a DEXA scan. It's like an MRI, and then you can get them for about 160, 180 pounds now. And it gives you bone density, muscle mass.
Wow.
You know,
I've got
visceral
very
fat.
dense bones.
yeah,
And
terrible.
it's the visceral fat that's the important one as well, with obviously drinking, things like that. So
You got a lot of visceral fat.
Yeah,
visceral fat.
I'd imagine so. What does your girlfriend think?
Wife.
What
He
does
was
she think about?
he was at my wedding. Sorry.
What does she think about all this?
She was like, well, what about Easter eggs?
Yeah. No, but is she excited about your transformation, or does she don't really care?
I think so. I mean, I'm not in terrible shape.
We're not in terrible shape, guys.
No. Yeah, she is. Yeah, why? What does Rebecca think?
Rebecca kind of, and this is kind of the problem, is Rebecca doesn't care. Rebecca's like, I quite like you a bit bigger. I think like she used to like date
I think
a bit
both
bigger
our
guys. And I was like,
partners-
don't say that to me. That's not very motivating at all.
I think both our partners don't care that much, which is
She said,
a good
I
thing,
like
though.
you when you're a bit squishy. I don't want that.
We
I don't
all
want to
like
hear that.
squishy
I don't want to
Joey
hear
Page.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not motivating. Also, one of my big problems is nighttime.
Okay.
I snack a lot at night.
Okay.
So I'd
That
love
is
to cut
hard.
that out.
Yeah.
I want to be like, I don't want to be eating after dinner. Like in the morning, I'm really good at not like, I don't need to eat when I first wake up.
Okay, cool.
Like today, I got up. I didn't even have a coffee because I didn't have that much time before I came here.
Yeah.
Normally, if I've got a bit more time, I'll get up, have a coffee, I'll do some writing,
Yeah.
and then I'll go for a run.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
But I can not eat till like maybe 1, 2 o'clock. But as soon as I start, then I'm not stopping for the rest of the day. Like I'm always eating.
Well,
I try and eat late, but then after dinner, I'm still like, let's get a fucking cheese board. I've finished work. I deserve a cheese board.
That's habit though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
habit.
that's what I want to get over.
That is true as well. When you finish a gig and it can be quite late and you're like, I'm quite hungry now.
Mm.
It's a lot of energy, isn't it? You're throwing it out there, like you're throwing the energy out there, so you are going to be pretty fatigued. But then, like, it's a case of how late you're going to stay up, because obviously, if you do eat, it's going to impact your sleep, the quality of your sleep if you're eating as well. But you're just making, either make the decision, I'm going to go for the cheese board, or okay, I want to make some progress over the next 8 weeks. How can I swap this for something else? Maybe I'll just have a protein shake, get my head down, get an early night.
Yeah.
Or maybe a compromise between the two. Maybe a little cheese snack and a protein shake or something might help.
Well, the other thing is when I gig quite far away.
Yeah.
And I'll drive home afterwards. And then sometimes it's just like I will put whatever I need to put into my body to keep me awake for 3 hours on the motorway at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So that's another.
So someone I used to work with had that similar situation where I said to her, in your glove box, put in there like go-to kind of better options to save you making other choices, like stopping off services and just literally going for it and buying everything inside.
Yeah.
Like have some better options available. Kind of what you were saying earlier, like mango and stuff. Like hey, maybe have a few protein bars, protein shake.
Yeah.
You'll have stuff in there that's a bit more aligned to your goals.
Yeah.
That's
If
going to
it's
save
there, then it's easier to get to than the McDonald's is.
because then you're not fighting decision fatigue. You're not like, oh, should I stop at the next service?
Yeah, I have a
Should
lot
I
of
stop?
that.
And then you stop and you're like, oh, just buy everything. And it's so easy, especially when you're hungry.
Okay, so soon we're going to wrap this up, right? But before we do, who do you think is going to be the biggest problem?
Oh, that's a difficult one to call. But at the moment, I'm going to go with you.
Is it the alcohol?
I think so. I think it's the booze. The booze is always a tricky one. But you know, I could be completely wrong. You know, you
But
might
again,
absolutely
I
crush
don't
it.
really drink at home.
Yeah.
But I will go out sort of on average once a week on a night out. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, look, as long as you know yourself well enough, like this is what the coaching's for.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
how it works. Like you have a check-in with me every week and be like, I'll ask you, okay, what's your weekend plans looking like? How's the rest of the week looking? How can we kind of navigate it together? Like, you know, it's better to have a plan of action than not have one. Just bury your head and go into the weekend and do the same thing you do every week. At least go into the weekend going, okay, I know it's a Friday night. I'm very likely to want to have a drink. So I'm going to have a drink. And then it's what you do with the rest of the weekend to help keep you aligned. So I'd be like, okay, have your drinks on Friday night, enjoy yourself. But Saturday and Sunday, let's stick to the plan a little bit more. Let's go low carb on Saturday, maybe just fast a little bit on Sunday, have a Sunday roast, and then let's get back on track Monday.
Sunday roasts are allowed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can't not have a Sunday roast. Or a barbecue. It's barbecue's coming up soon, isn't it?
Ah,
Sunday
That's
Yeah.
good, but you can do a healthy barbecue.
Just
Yeah.
eat only the meat.
Well, you know, this is it.
And
Like
the Gunja Gang sauce, whatever it's called.
Gushi.
Ginger gang
How do you
sauce.
say it? It's
You?
delicious.
I don't know.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
you could buy it.
Yeah.
Tesco.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are you? I feel like I've spoken about a lot of my fears and
Your fears
and pitfalls. What are your
Well,
like? What's your goal? I've kind of said what mine is, but you've
Oh yeah. I want to lose. I want to have a nice slim face.
get rid of your
Because
buccal fat.
this buccal fat. No. Do you know about people get their buccal fat removed? A lot of
I did-
celebrities.
oh,
they
really?
Get,
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yes.
I want a nice slimmer face. I'm quite skinny. I'd like sort of bigger shoulders.
Okay.
And I'd like a toned body.
Yeah.
And I've got a little bit of belly. You know,
Okay.
get rid of that or flatten that down, and that's it. And be stronger, I guess.
Yeah.
And just feel, you know, sometimes you go on a long walk or something and you feel quite achy after, and it's like that didn't used to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't
just
get that.
just be a bit, just feel a bit more active and less achy and stuff.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean,
I
yeah.
get that. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, if stuff's aching and hurting now, what's it going to be like in 5 years' time? That's what.
Well,
you know.
exactly.
Well, I
yeah.
can tell you what it's like.
Oh, something else though. I don't have a good posture.
Okay.
And when I used to go to the gym a lot, that it did help with that. So I'm hoping that the workouts as well, you just become
Yeah.
more conscious of your body.
Yeah, of course
You
you do. Like, you know, there's not a huge amount you can do to really. So you can't all of a sudden change how you sit or position yourself, but you get a stronger core. Your muscles in your back will get stronger. You'll feel better. You'll hold yourself better. So it all plays into that as well, 100%.
I've had an idea. Ozempic.
Ozempic.
I'll just get
yeah.
that.
GLP-1 drugs.
Well, I didn't want to say it. I was going to do steroids during this whole thing. The 8 weeks.
Yeah, but don't say it out loud. That's what everyone does.
I went to a place that was near where I used to live.
Yeah.
And they were like a protein shake place, but it was a bit weird. It was like someone's house had been converted. And they kept saying
Into a protein
to me,
shake.
into a protein shake shop.
Right.
And they kept saying, if you need any more help with anything, if you need any more advice. And I think they were
I think
trying to sell me
they
steroids.
just tug you off around the back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think
Right.
so.
You know,
It's my understanding of it.
Uh,
From
but
massage
where was the
places.
address?
That's a very widespread thing now,
Yeah.
isn't it? I saw a BBC Three documentary about it.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
tugged off around
Don't
the
do
back.
it. No, not that.
Oh.
Steroid use or abuse, whatever.
No, I don't. I won't be doing steroids.
You're not.
No.
No,
Okay.
the trouble is, it's because of social media and everything now. Like, there's so many young lads and women as well taking performance-enhancing drugs and puts their lives at risk. It's not worth it. Side effects are awful. I mean, obviously, if you're a professional bodybuilder, like that's your goal, like then you are going to have to take something to get to that sort of level. But if you're just a normal person, just wanting to feel good about yourself, like really think about it before you do anything like that. It's just, in my opinion, experience, it's just not worth it at all.
So just to round off the episode, couple more questions I've got. Number one, are you going to be mean to us?
Probably.
He's
yeah.
quite sensitive.
Occasionally, yeah.
okay.
Not all the time.
Good.
It's okay, you're allowed to cry.
Are
It's
you
all right.
writing down mean?
No. I'm crossing out Ozempic. And what foods would you say are actually surprisingly good? Like, what are we going to be surprised that it's like, oh yeah,
What foods are going to surprise you the most?
that you're going to be like, oh, you can actually have that and it's quite beneficial.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
None of them.
He wants you
I
to say.
basically I don't want to say. I don't want you to
He
say I've
wants
got to
you
eat
to
turkey breast steaks for the rest of my life. Basically.
No, not at all. Well, this is trouble. Like so many coaches give out, oh, here's a generic meal plan, or eat this, and they always give out, whether they mean to or not, it's their own kind of food preferences are going out in the paper. Like you don't want to eat like me, you want to eat like you. You want to find your diet individually and fine tune it. But yeah, obviously we want to optimize it. Like if I look at your food logs over the next few weeks, and you're like, you're clearly not eating enough protein. How can we get more protein into you? Is it okay? Maybe just a bit more meat in the diet in the evenings. If you're omnivore, if you're vegetarian or vegan, or whatever, let's try and factor that in another way. But yeah, no.
What's a cheaper way of getting protein, like rather than buying? Because meat can be quite expensive.
100%. So meat is expensive.
Eggs.
Yeah, I mean, you eat eggs, any form of protein. You don't want to. I wouldn't say like go to town, have eggs every single day. If you want to, it's up to you. But
It'll bind you up.
Variation is the spice of life. Try different things. But for me, because I have quite a high protein diet, I have done for a very long time. The supplementation of whey protein for me is the money saver, basically.
Okay.
So I'll have two scoops of whey protein a day. It works out something like 50p, probably not even that over the course of a month, right? So that saves me a fortune. So kind of one scoop of whey protein is the equivalent of kind of like so one chicken breast is about 35 grams of net protein. So one scoop of protein powder is about 25 grams of protein. So it kind of gives you an idea of the cost saving that you can have. And obviously you can use it as much as you like, really.
Okay.
Cool.
We got to go and get some whey protein.
Yeah.
It's in the email I sent you both.
Yeah.
So you've got the links.
Thank you.
And the referral codes.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
So get
Cool.
stuck in.
Right. You got a shaker?
I think I do, yeah. I did have one that had the little thing which mixed it up when you held down a button, but it stopped working.
Oh,
Seen
yeah.
those, they're good.
Yeah.
You'd like that?
Get in on that. I've got to get on. Got to get online. Got to get some stuff ordered.
Treat yourselves.
Yeah.
Got to get some nice headbands.
Okay.
And keep my hair out my face.
All right.
Important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to get the sweatbands going.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Are you regretting this?
Not at all. I am buzzing. I'm buzzing to see how you both get on. And thanks ever so much for inviting me on. It's been a pleasure to chat with you both.
And I'd just like to say to close out today's episode, I'm gonna fucking crush you.
You won't.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Thank you very much. Oh, you should maybe mention your Instagram
absolutely.
or
Oh my
anything.
God, yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, please drop us a follow if you like. I drop loads of valuable content online, and I can't even remember my own tag. Let's bring that up. So it is James Ronan _. So you should be able to find me on that.
And these people are thick, so just spell it RONAN. Yeah,
That is correct, sir.
yeah, you thickos.
And is Instagram, that's kind of your main place?
It is, yeah. That's
Yep.
where I predominantly do all my content.
Cool. And maybe we'll get you back on in 8 weeks' time or whatever when we're massive.
And or we might get you to leave us some voice notes so we can check in on. We play them out on the
Okay.
podcast, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, you can follow our progress on our Instagram, on the podcast Instagram, and on James's Instagram. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. When we're ripped to the tits.
Ripped to the tits. I love it.